Chancellor, the conferral of honorary degrees is to allow the University to publicly recognise and reward individuals who have achieved eminence in an area of education or research, or are distinguished by dedicated community service or an outstanding achievement, or who have given distinguished service to the University. Honorary degrees are prestigious awards and are not given lightly or frequently. Chancellor, I hereby declare that the Council of Victoria University has resolved to admit Mrs. Fiona Myer to the degree of Doctor of the University honoris causa. Victoria University is proud to honour Fiona Myer for her outstanding commitment and contribution to the arts and to the community. Fiona Myer's dedication to the artistic community runs particularly deep. A successful artist herself, she promotes contemporary art and supports programs which nurture young artists, ensuring that the wider artistic community continues to flourish in this country. Fiona's generous financial contributions to the arts are a wellspring of support for emerging artists across the state. She has long supported several awards for excellence at the Victorian College of the Arts and at Victoria University, where she has sponsored the Fiona Myer Art Prize for almost a decade. Her involvement is very much hands-on, as she chairs the judging panel and personally awards the prize each year, taking the time to meet the young artists and encouraging them in their endeavours. A discerning and assiduous collector, she regularly acquires the award-winning artwork, providing further encouragement to the university's young art students. Fiona also exercises her passion for and commitment to contemporary art as chair of NGV Contemporary, a group dedicated to raising funds to support the acquisition of contemporary art for the gallery's collection. She also devotes considerable time to her role as a trustee of the National Gallery of Victoria Foundation. In addition to her support for the arts, Fiona undertakes a range of activities which benefit the broader community. She is a life member of the Royal Women's Hospital and is involved with the Tiny Miracles Committee at the Royal Children's Hospital. She is also trustee of the Fiona Myer Foundation, which supports initiatives that promote positive change in Australia. A successful artist in her own right, Fiona Myer has been passionate about ceramics since the late 1970s and later discovered that she had a natural talent and ability in this art form. Over the past 8 years, she has completed a substantial body of work which has been exhibited in Sydney and in Melbourne, including the Tim Olsen Gallery and Mars Gallery. She was a finalist in the 2008 ABN AMRO Emerging Artists Award. Chancellor, in recognition of her exceptional contribution to the arts and to the community, I present to you for admission to the degree of Doctor of the University honoris causa, Mrs. Fiona Myer.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Victoria University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of the University honoris causa. I would now like to invite Dr. Myer to deliver this afternoon's occasional address.
The Honourable Justice Frank Vincent, Chancellor, Victoria University, Professor Elizabeth Harman, Vice-Chancellor, President, Victoria University, distinguished guests, graduating students of 2008, ladies and gentlemen, let me start by saying how honoured I am to be the recipient of this honorary doctorate from Victorian University. I would like to sincerely thank you, Chancellor, and your Council for conferring this honour upon me. Chancellor, you've asked me to make a few comments about my career, my passions, my mentors, and my experiences, and possibly to provide a few tips to this year's graduating students. These are topics I don't often talk about, but as I've been asked, I've given these topics a little thought, and there are a few common themes that I've thought that have emerged over the years. A thirst for knowledge and a thirst for experiences has been a common theme. Keep learning, keep doing, and keep open-minded is part of my mantra. Fashion, acting, ceramics, and the arts have been and continue to be the focus of my career. I recall when taking art classes at school that I lacked creativity, always preferring to draw or paint from real-life situations where I could copy what lay in front of me. If drawing skill was the only measure of one's creativity, then I almost certainly would not have continued. I remember working on a pottery wheel at school and recall that it became quite naturally to me, and before I knew it, I was being complimented on my work, which inspired me to continue to experiment with formed objects. I found this new confidence a stepping stone to other endeavours. Mentors? Well, I don't really have any. I know it's the new 21st century thing, but what is a mentor? Mentor can be inspirational, but people who inspire you may not be mentors. I draw inspiration from many sources, but don't believe I have a mentor. I recall buying my first pottery wheel upon my return from a year of working in Paris, and I used this time at the wheel to slow down my otherwise hectic life as a fashion forecaster. And to this day, ceramics is my passion. For me, it's simply the therapeutic nature of working in isolation with a moving mould of clay and forming something from nothing. My vision is to see the ceramic form as a mainstream art as opposed to a mainstream craft. Sculpture bridged that divide some time ago, and it is now time for the ceramic form to receive the same recognition. The way forward is being shaped by iconic artists like Gwen Hansen-Piggott and Prue Venables. The porcelain pieces that I form are uncomplicated. Everything our lives are not. The space and light between the pieces allows a dialogue to take place. In a real-life situation, I believe it is not what is said and written, but it is the space between the words, the thoughts. Balance has always been a priority for me, whether working as a fashion forecaster or setting up a new design venture. There was and is and will continue to be a desire to contribute. For me, it has largely been in the arts community. Contemporary artists have a vital role to play in our society and deserve recognition. I get enormous pleasure out of seeing students develop their creative potential. It is this that brought me to Victoria University almost 10 years ago, and I'm indebted to Joanna Weir, one of Victoria University graduates, who introduced me to the university at the time. And so, my message to you, the graduating students here today, is follow your passion. If you do what you love, you'll almost certainly excel in it. Congratulations on this day of your graduation. Remember your university. It is this institution that has provided you the space to acquire knowledge, to grow, and to prepare yourself for the years ahead.